Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. This is the day that the Lord has made, and I will be glad and rejoice in it. I know it go the other way around, but I'm going to tell y'all and I'll tell y'all time and time again. When I am glad, that's when I rejoice, because God is that good all by himself. Let me just tell you, my outfit of the day is going to be on a separate video. I told y'all, I'm not good with all this technology stuff. I'm doing the best I can. But I'm coming in to tell you about two things we've been looking at. ICE. Let me just tell the politicians, the Republicans, and all the other people in power. You sitting back watching all this stuff happening, thinking, oh, it ain't going to be you. Well, first they wanted the criminals, then it was immigrants, then it was this. Guess what? They getting citizens. They dragging women down the street that's pregnant and killing the babies, killing women in the cars. And guess what? Next it'll be, oh, we getting the disabled, the blind, the mental. You'll be next. So you better pay attention. You better try to stop some, because you will be next. Second thing I want to talk about is that Drewski comedian who was doing a church skit. Now, some of y'all church people getting mad, so that's what this whole episode is mostly about. Y'all talking about, oh, that's a shame, and he mocking God. No, he ain't. He just making fun, just like all comedians do. And y'all know that shit is funny. It is hilarious because it's the truth. Now, I didn't even know nothing about the boy hanging from the ceiling, but I did know about Marvin Sapp saying closing the doors. I do know about them talking about paying for over in Kamaluba, and we over here starving and homeless and everything. So a lot of the things that he was making fun of, it was hilarious, was the truth. So if the truth hurts, then do something different. Now, let me just tell you this, though. We are under a spiritual warfare right now. Now, I wrote some notes down because there's some things I want to say. The church do a lot of good. Let me just tell y'all, when we was coming up in slavery times, that was the only time you could be yourself and be free. That was when you was able to come and find out information. That was also the time when they explained about how to help you to get free. The HBCU was built in the basement of a church. The Spelman and Morehouse was built in the basement of a church. Okay, the HBCU schools, the Spelman School was created by two black women in the basement of a church. Now, let me just say, tithes and offerings do a whole lot of good if it's used right. But let me tell you, it do more for me. Tithes, when you pay your tithes and offering, when he said he will press down, shaking together, running over, that is for real. A lot of times I try to figure out, how did I have this much money left? And I done paid my bills. It also helps when you, like, what it does is also protects you and your kids, your family. That accident that almost happened. My car stopped last week, and I was right down the street from the house. And I got AAA, and then my son was able to come there. It could have stopped as I was on my way to Wausau to go to the Martin Luther King thing. Your tithes and offerings is for you. And it also helps the church, and it pays the pastor. Now listen, pastors are fully human. I want to know if any of y'all going to work ain't going to work for free and ain't going to get paid. Also, I want y'all to understand something else. When you go to concerts, you got to pay for your ticket. And why? Because they need the lights, the heat, the air, the blah, blah, the people, and all of that kind of stuff, right? They need all that taken care of. And guess what? You ain't getting nothing but that show. But when you pay your tithes and offerings, that's continuous. You get blessings, you get favor, you get healing, deliverance, you get all kind of benefits. You get bonuses, everything. It continues. It don't just stop. When you pay your ticket, when we went to go see Cat Williams, it was a great show. Monique and all them, it was wonderful, but that's all I got. I don't get nothing after that. That's it. So understand, tithes and offering is for you, for the pastor, and the church. How many of y'all going in the church, especially in Chicago, my church? It's freezing, 6 degrees, no heat on. The heat costs, you got to pay for that. The air costs, the lights. Let's add in all the people in the ministries that's doing everything that they possibly can to help, the music, the everything. Now, I'm just telling y'all this. This is going to be a two-part. I'm going to end this first part. Love, peace, and soul. Deuces.